You may have wondered what struggles some of the celebrities we admire are facing outside of the spotlight. One of those silent and difficult battles is sex addiction, an issue that has affected many big names in Hollywood. In this video, we explore the journeys of 20 famous Black celebrities who have battled sex addiction, one of the most controversial and under-discussed issues in the entertainment industry. Learn about their stories and the challenges they face when all eyes are on them. But in reality, they have their own internal battles that only they understand. Bobby Brown, a life of tragedy, success, and valuable lessons. Bobby Brown, the former lead singer of New Edition and a successful solo artist, has lived a life full of drama, both on stage and off. His musical talent made him an icon in the entertainment industry, but his personal life has been overshadowed by battles with addiction and deep personal tragedies. Bobby Brown's life in the 1980s and 1990s was a whirlwind of fame, wealth, and complicated relationships. He openly admitted that this lifestyle created an ideal environment for addiction, not only to drugs and alcohol, but also to sex. Bobby described that period as a time when overwhelming attention and temptation made it impossible for him to control his behavior. The tumultuous relationship between Bobby and the late Whitney Houston is one of the entertainment world's most iconic yet tragic love stories. Their marriage was not only pressured by fame, but also complicated by substance abuse issues and infidelity. Bobby admitted that he struggled to maintain loyalty in the relationship, which significantly contributed to their eventual breakdown. In several interviews, Bobby shared that sex became a coping mechanism for him to deal with the pain and emptiness in his life. He compared his sexual addiction to drug addiction, both of which harmed not only himself but also those around him. However, Bobby also emphasized that these mistakes taught him valuable lessons about the importance of self-control and personal responsibility. Having gone through wild and tempting years, Bobby Brown is making efforts to rebuild his life. He has endured many tragedies, including the loss of Whitney and their daughter, Bobby Christina Brown. These losses were not only sources of pain, but also motivators for him to change and become a better father and artist. Currently, Bobby focuses on music, family, and sharing his story as a cautionary tale for those facing similar issues. He hopes that his journey will inspire others, encouraging them to overcome difficulties and strive for a healthier life. Wilt Chamberlain, a basketball legend and the controversial claims of sex addiction. Wilt Chamberlain, the legendary basketball tower, became widely known not only for his dominance on the court, but also for the controversial claims made in his 1991 memoir, A View from Above. One of the most shocking revelations in the book was his claim that he had been with 20,000 women, which translates to about 1.4 women per day for nearly 40 years. Although Wilt never explicitly identified himself as a sex addict, these numbers paint a picture of an incessant pursuit of women, which seemed to become an inseparable part of his life. Chamberlain grew up in an era where he was constantly in the public eye. He found comfort in the attention he received from women, openly admitting that this aspect of his life was central to his identity. While his basketball career may have ended on the court, his nights were often filled with encounters that became almost routine. For Wilt, there was nothing complicated about it. He chose to embrace this lifestyle as a badge of pride. Over the years, many have wondered if there was something more beneath the surface. Perhaps this endless sequence of events was a way to fill some kind of void in his life. While Chamberlain never labeled this behavior as sex addiction, his unapologetic confessions sparked debates about whether he was grappling with something deeper. For many, Chamberlain's obsession with women became as much a part of his identity as his basketball career. Nicole Narain, the struggle with sex addiction and the road to recovery. Nicole Narain has not hesitated to share the struggles she faced in her life, particularly with sex addiction. For her, addiction was not just about physical acts, but a consuming need that completely overtook her life. Nicole revealed that there were days when she couldn't get out of bed because the urges were so overwhelming, and her whole day would revolve around trying to satisfy those uncontrollable impulses. In her memoir, Nicole describes the hardest moments in her life when the sexual urges left her physically and mentally exhausted. She admits that at times the compulsion was so overpowering that she couldn't even eat, as everything was overshadowed by the need to satisfy herself. This was a terrifying realization when she began to see just how deeply her behavior had become ingrained in her life and beyond her control. Nicole also shared that her addiction to masturbation left her feeling utterly drained, not just physically but mentally as well. She felt as though she couldn't escape this cycle, a cycle where only the craving and the continual behaviors to satisfy that need took precedence. These feelings completely consumed her, leaving her unable to focus on basic needs like eating or sleeping. Nicole's recovery journey has not been easy. She faced constant triggers and temptations that frequently pulled her back into her addiction. However, Nicole worked tirelessly to avoid factors that could pull her back into the cycle of sex addiction. She found ways to identify and avoid situations that could lead to old behaviors while building a strong support system to help her stay on track. She openly admits that recovery is a daily battle. Every day, Nicole faces new temptations and works to maintain control over her urges. She has not stopped seeking help and taking the necessary steps to manage her sex addiction. She is fully aware that this is a long and arduous journey, but her patience and determination have helped her regain control over her life. Nicole's story is a powerful testament to the struggle with sex addiction and the strength of recovery. By being open and candid about her personal battle, Nicole has shed light on an issue that many people face but often suffer in silence. She has become an inspiration to those who are struggling with similar temptations, showing that recovery is not impossible and that acknowledgement and perseverance are key factors in overcoming it. Although Nicole's journey is far from over, she has shown that with the right support and determination, one can overcome sex addiction and regain control over their life. She continues to inspire and encourage others to fight for a healthier life. Jennifer Lewis, the life behind the fame and the battle with sex addiction. Jennifer Lewis lived a life full of challenges, far from the normal life many might imagine for her. Behind the spotlight, she battled profound personal struggles, including undiagnosed bipolar disorder, a condition that affected much of her life. In her memoir, The Mother of Black Hollywood, Jennifer revealed that her untreated mental health issues often led her to use sex as a way to escape the emotional turmoil she faced. As a young actress, Jennifer described herself as a strong person, both on stage and in life. She channeled her energy into becoming an irresistible force, often finding comfort in the arms of men and the thrill of a warm reception. She also said that, in her view, the rush of physical connection became a way for her to find solace. According to her words, she became a combination of Cleopatra, Marilyn Monroe, and Pam Grier, using sex as a means to heal the pain. Jennifer's bipolar disorder began to deeply influence the decisions in her life and career. She realized that turning to sex was not just a passing indulgence or a part of her external life, but a means of self-healing for the pain she could not face. She tried to hide her emotional wounds by entering relationships, but this only left her feeling more empty. Jennifer confessed that she had been living in a world where the physical satisfaction outweighed everything else, making it difficult for her to see the deeper truths about herself. Throughout her healing journey, Jennifer faced numerous challenges. She sought help from specialists to treat her bipolar disorder and began to learn how to cope healthily with the painful emotions she had been enduring. This process was far from easy and filled with obstacles, but with the support of therapists and her perseverance, she began managing her symptoms with medication. One key turning point came when she realized that facing her emotions was the true key to recovery. After starting treatment and gaining control over her bipolar disorder, Jennifer gradually found balance in her life. She realized that sexual encounters were no longer a temporary escape, but a part of her process of self-discovery and healing. This journey helped her develop self-awareness and make wiser decisions about her relationships. She learned to love herself and no longer allowed unhealthy coping mechanisms to control her life. Jennifer's story is not just about a famous person battling mental health issues, but also a lesson in the power of recovery. She shared her fight not to receive pity, but to encourage others facing similar struggles. By being open about the difficulties in her life, she has inspired those who feel alone in their inner battles, showing that recovery is possible and can happen when we face our pain and find ways to heal. Today, Jennifer has better control over herself and her life is more stable. However, her story remains a testament to how sex addiction can be deeply intertwined with mental health struggles. Her openness and strength have inspired many, showing that even those facing inner battles can find a path to recovery. Jada Pinkett Smith, her struggle with sex addiction and journey to recovery. Jada Pinkett Smith shared about her struggle with sex addiction in an episode of the Red Table Talk series on Facebook Watch, where she co-hosts the show. In this conversation, Jada shared that during her younger years, she developed a reckless lifestyle, not only involving sex, but also other aspects of her life. She explained that during these phases, her behavior became obsessive, and sex was no longer the only part of her life. She described feeling as if everything in her life was out of control and becoming unhealthy, especially when she was only seeking satisfaction through unhealthy behaviors. She admitted that her addiction stemmed from a deep emotional void within her. Jada said that she used sex as a way to numb her emotions and identify these factors. With an understanding of what caused her to act in this way, she was able to minimize their influence on her life. This was a long process, but her courage and determination helped her rediscover herself. Lamar Odom. The struggle with sex and drug addiction, the road to recovery. Lamar Odom, the former NBA player and ex-husband of Khloe Kardashian, has been very open about his battle with sex addiction. In his 2019 memoir, From Darkness to Light, Lamar spoke candidly about the complexities of his relationship with both sex and drugs. He admitted that over the years he had cheated on over 2,000 women, including multiple instances during his marriage to Khloe Kardashian. The intertwining of sex and drugs dominated Lamar's life, using one to fuel the other. Throughout these years, Lamar faced not only his sex addiction, but also a severe dependency on drugs. He described the cycle as a trap almost impossible to escape, where each time he satisfied one craving, it would lead to another round of drug abuse, pushing him deeper into a path of self-destruction. Lamar also admitted that these behaviors not only damaged his personal relationships, but also wrecked his career and reputation. Lamar revealed that hiding this aspect of his life made him feel as though he was living in a false shell. This had a severe impact on his marriage with Khloe Kardashian, ultimately leading to their divorce. He admitted that his addiction had cost him everything important in his life, including opportunities and loved ones. However, no one could have predicted that he would be able to come back, overcome it all, and gradually regain control. On his recovery journey, Lamar has made significant strides in cleaning up both his sex and drug addictions. He actively sought help and committed himself to a long-term treatment process. Lamar admitted that this process has not been easy, but he remained determined and committed to staying on the path to recovery. Each step he took was supported by loved ones and professionals, helping him through the tough times. Lamar's story is not just a reminder of the dangers of addiction, but also a testament to the power of recovery. Although he faced unimaginable hardships, Lamar showed that with determination and the right support, Even when someone hits rock bottom, they can still rise and find the light. Lamar's journey is a hopeful redemption story. Although Lamar's road to recovery is still long and challenging, he has proven that effort and commitment can help someone overcome temptations and addiction. Lamar has become an inspiration to those fighting similar issues, showing that nothing is impossible if there is enough strength to change. Tiger Woods, battling scandal and efforts to rebuild his image. The name Tiger Woods is synonymous with golf, but it is also tied to scandalous headlines about his personal life. In 2009, a major personal scandal shook the sports world, exposing a darker side of the golden boy of golf. At the time, Tiger Woods was seen as the epitome of success, accomplished, charming, and untouchable. However, a string of affairs and infidelities shattered his polished image, leading to the breakdown of his marriage and a significant downturn in his career. Tiger's actions were initially dismissed by some as the excesses of fame and opportunity. However, the scale of his misconduct led the public to question whether he was grappling with a serious sex addiction. Revelations about his numerous relationships with women, many of whom he barely knew, painted a picture of a man trapped by uncontrollable desires. While Tiger never publicly labeled his behavior as one of the greatest athletes of his generation. However, the shadow of his past scandals still looms, leaving his legacy a mixture of both remarkable achievements and personal mistakes. Tiger Woods' journey is a testament to the power of recovery, but it also serves as a reminder that personal mistakes can leave long-lasting impacts. He has, and continues to, strive to overcome challenges and remain an inspiration in the world of sports. Mike Tyson, a tumultuous life and journey toward redemption. Mike Tyson is not only renowned for his legendary boxing career, but also for his tumultuous personal life. Known for his ferocious fighting style in the ring, Tyson has faced significant struggles outside of it, including battles with drug, alcohol, and sex addiction. In his autobiography and various interviews, Tyson candidly revealed that his sex addiction began at a young age and worsened as he gained fame and fortune. Sex addiction became an integral part of Tyson's larger-than-life persona, with stories of wild parties and countless women almost as famous as his knockouts in the ring. Tyson admitted that his sexual escapades were, in many ways, a means of coping with the pressures of fame and the emotional pain stemming from his troubled childhood. However, his addictions often coincided with substance abuse, creating a dangerous cycle that led to numerous personal and legal troubles. In the late 1990s, Tyson began seeking help for his addictions, but his road to recovery was anything but smooth. He experienced relapses and setbacks along the way. Over time, Tyson worked tirelessly to turn his life around. He found stability through family, therapy, and a commitment to self-improvement. While his turbulent past remains an integral part of his life story, Tyson is now focused on building a better future, free from the addictions that once controlled him. Terry Crews, a journey of overcoming addiction and spreading healing strength. Terry Crews, known for his comedic roles, infectious energy, and strong physique, is a beloved star in the entertainment industry. However, behind the Hollywood glamour, Terry has gradually revealed a vulnerable side of himself, his long battle with pornography addiction. This is a story he shares not just to unburden himself, but also to encourage others to confront their struggles. Terry candidly shared that his addiction began at a young age and worsened as he achieved success in Hollywood. For years, he kept this habit a secret, not realizing its severe impact on his personal life and marriage. His relationship with his wife, Rebecca King Crews, was jeopardized as Terry's secrecy and guilt slowly eroded the trust between them. The turning point came when Rebecca confronted Terry, forcing him to acknowledge his problem and seek help. Terry described his addiction not just as watching pornography, but as a mechanism to escape reality and numb his emotions. He understood that this habit hurt not only himself, but also the people he loved the most. Terry Crews chose to tackle this challenge by seeking therapy, learning to confront his emotions, and rebuilding trust with his wife. This process was not easy, but with determination and support from his family, he overcame it. Now Terry is a strong advocate for openness in addressing addictions and encourages everyone to seek help when needed. The lesson from Terry's story is a powerful reminder that even the most successful people have personal struggles. His courage in sharing his experience has inspired many, showing that overcoming challenges is a worthwhile journey leading to true freedom and healing. Eric Benet, overcoming sex addiction and rebuilding life. Eric Benet is best known for his soulful R&B tunes, but his personal life has often been under scrutiny due to the challenges he faced, particularly his struggle with sex addiction. His marriage to Academy Award-winning actress Halle Berry was seen as a Hollywood dream. However, addiction and rebuild healthier relationships. He remarried, started a family, and continues to work on maintaining his recovery. Despite lingering challenges, Eric has overcome them and rediscovered balance in his life. Bill Cosby, the fall of an entertainment icon. Bill Cosby, known as one of America's entertainment icons, was once celebrated as the ideal father figure on The Cosby Show, a show that achieved massive success in the 1980s and 1990s. However, his career and reputation were completely destroyed when a series of sexual assault allegations were brought forward by numerous women. These stories shattered the image of the virtuous man that the public once admired, replacing it with that of a symbol of abuse and power. The fall of Cosby marked the end of a remarkable career, but it also became a cautionary tale about the abuse of power in the entertainment industry. As women came forward with allegations of Cosby's misconduct, including drugging and sexually assaulting them, the public began to gain a clearer understanding of the dangers of using one's status to exploit others. While Cosby denied all allegations, his statements could not stop the dramatic shift in how the public viewed him. One of the most notable aspects of Cosby's story is the complexity of his legal battles. While the legal fights primarily focused on the criminal aspects of the actions Cosby was accused of, his story also sparked a wider conversation about power, abuse of power, and how it can conceal wrongdoing in the entertainment industry. Cosby played a pivotal role in shaping the image of the ideal American family, and audiences adored him for his portrayal as the good father. However, the allegations from victims exposed the stark contrast between the flawless image and the dark reality behind it. Over the years, few stories have made the public reflect as much as Bill Cosby's. Despite achieving immense success in his career, Cosby's reputation was completely destroyed by sexual assault allegations. Cosby's victims have detailed the acts of coercion they endured, which not only violated the law, a reminder of the wrongdoings of a famous man, but also a warning about the importance of listening to victims and not allowing fame to conceal the truth. The allegations against Cosby have sparked an important dialogue about power, control, and crime in the entertainment industry, an industry where it's often too easy for wrongdoing to be overlooked. But the truth has finally come to light, and it reminds us that fame cannot and should not shield reprehensible actions. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. The stories we share today are not only about the personal struggles of the stars, but also a reminder of the power of facing and overcoming challenges, no matter how difficult they may be. Hopefully, you can look at the people around you with compassion and understanding, because everyone has their own battles, even if they may not always be visible. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to leave your comments below this video. See you in the next story.